Alright, so as I was saying before, this is the last level of the game, and as I was saying before, I know there's a lot of music that I've never heard of up until this point, and there are a lot of things that I never would have listened to if it wasn't for the fact that they are on that station and I just happen to be listening to them at the time. Now, I like Muse, certainly. I like Muse. I'm gonna admit that, I like Muse. Muse is a good band. But there are a lot of Muse songs that I don't know, and there's like one song that I heard a couple days ago, like Running Out of Time or something. And then there's Knights of Sidonia, which I heard through the Sirius XM station. And Supermassive Mac Hole. The Supermassive Mac Hole, no. But I mean, Supermassive Black Hole, but just catchy as shit, man. I mean, I wonder what was going through their heads when they decided to make a song that was just like that strange and weird and so catchy and fun. That's what music should be. It should be memorable. It shouldn't just be like, oh, leading up to a guitar solo and stuff. It should be catchy, like, I mean, Panama by Van Halen, for instance. That is a good-ass song. Panama is a great song. In fact, pretty much everything Van Halen did was great. No matter what the band lineup was, Van Halen was great. But I mean, Panama is a good-ass song. And it's catchy as hell, as well. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that nobody wants to hear a white guy singing, or at least me singing, I mean, I'd be singing Panama right now. Also, we've got a boss to fight with one of my favorite musics of the game. This music is really weird and ominous, and it took me a while to figure out how to beat this boss. Now, what you're supposed to do here, actually, is to flip him. You have to flip the bitch, actually. Flip him and dip him. You have to be careful, however, as he starts speeding up later in the battle, and he also shoots these projectiles. And also, if you lose your rings, you're not gonna get your rings back. The way that this is set up, the rings will actually go through the floor. Since the floor is not a continuous solid object, it is a bridge of balls. Speaking of balls, this boss is so much of it. Okay, so we have to do another gravity section. Gravity. But anyway, one of the songs that they play on the radio is something that's like a heavy abacus or something, and I'm just thinking it's a weird song. I mean, it's strange. Oh, blind leap of blind. I'm gonna get some rings, hopefully. Yes, yes, rings. Yes, little mini animals, run from Chef McNusley. What I mean, like, and I'm wondering, because this song is really weird. I mean, it's not a particularly bad song or anything. Like, a lot of people are saying that modern music is, like, bad and stuff, and I mean, there are some good modern songs. I mean, like, pretty much anything that Chevelle has, for instance. And Shake It Out by Manchester Orchestra. Pretty much everything that Cage the Elephant had on their first album was great. And a lot of the stuff they had on their second album was damn good as well. I mean, it's just that their sound had also changed by that point. They had kind of, I don't know, Cage the Elephant is a band that kind of matured at that point, and I liked their old sound better. It was more like hard rock. They were trying to be rock stars, certainly. They weren't just like indie and alternative and stuff. I mean, they weren't just falling into pits and stuff. That's what I mean. But I mean, okay, but I mean, there I go saying "but I mean" again. I should just say it and don't spray it. But one of the things about modern music is just that it's not old music. I mean, and that's obvious. It's so very obvious. I mean, we didn't have Cage the Elephant and Sleeper Agent and Weezer in the 1980s and 70s and stuff. I mean, we had bands like Boston, Chicago, the Eagles, and those are also good bands. I mean, I try to keep my musical tastes a little bit varied, not like sticking just to one band and idolizing them. Even though I do kind of like Weezer a lot more than I like a lot of other bands. Then again, Weezer has a lot of songs that just kind of speak to me and stuff, like... speaking of Weezer, and also on the subject of FM, or Sirius XM radio and stuff, I mean... I was in the car, because I'm in an after-school credit recovery program for English, because I'm lazy. That's really my only excuse. I'm not gonna, like, play the intelligence... I'm not gonna say I'm an idiot by any standards. I mean, well, yeah, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it here. Because it doesn't coincide with the story. I just want to make myself seem good for failing English, but I mean... And anyway, we beat Eggman, so we're done with this game, right? There's another act. There's another thing. There's gotta be another thing. That was too easy. But I mean, like, anyway, and we're listening in on the radio and stuff, and it's on the 90s alternative grunge rock station and stuff, and I mean... wow! Oh, holy crap, that was amazing. No, really, I think I may have just shat myself from the sheer amount of amazing-osity that was. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of easy to die here, too, because you have to fight 4 bosses, and there's also bottomless pits. But anyway, and we're listening on the radio, and suddenly... Oh, trick. Stupid little drill tank. But I mean, suddenly we hear, El Scorcho by Weezer, and... You know how the opening line has Weezer saying, "God damn you half-Japanese girls," and stuff, and... Well, my mother decides to kind of make fun of me, and and after that first line, she's just like, "Hey, it's your theme song," and I'm just like... It would be funny if it wasn't so true. Alright, so anyway, here's Dr. Eggman's evil machine of bastardosity. So anyway, pretty much, I did have a live stream where I beat this guy, but I mean, I used save states when I beat this guy, because I'm not terribly good at this fight, actually. No, boss battles were never my big thing in Sonic games and stuff. Neither in terms of liking them, or in terms of actually being able to do them. Like, I got stuck on a lot of different boss battles as a kid, and I'd like to have rings, please. Jump. But pretty much you have to kind of just calm down and wait for this guy to attack, which is a bit harder than it sounds, because I'm impatient. I'm impatient as all fuck. But yeah, there's no real way to trick this guy out. Unfortunately, his pattern is kind of randomized. Z. Rockman ZX. Oh god. I am not gonna beat this guy. I kinda wanna keep my rings intact as well. Now, this is the only boss in this game that I actually have trouble with. Actually, scratch that. I have trouble with every boss when I'm playing as Empty Bus Seat. But we'll cover playing as Amy later. I don't know. I never really liked Amy as a character. Like, I understand, oh, she's pretty much a big part of the Sonic series and stuff, because, I mean, possible love interest for Sonic, and brings comedy relief to the game and stuff, but I mean, like... No, get that ring, Cat, crack that whip. Pass the slip. Step on a crack. Break your mama's back! Here we go. Now that I've got Whip It out of my system. Oh, god. And now Eggman is trying to get in my system. What I mean... Wow, I was actually on a roll there. So anyway, the ring is probably gonna... Yeah, the ring's gonna go that way. Okay. It's gonna walk that way. But I love this music as well. Like... This music is all intense and it's all techno-y and stuff, and I mean, like, honestly, I mean, I'm not much into dubstep, but a dubstep remix of this would probably sound like the most amazing things and sliced everything. There we go. I want you to transfer over to the right, because... or I can kill you. That's cool. That's cool! No, really. But then we run away from the explosion, and Sonic got through final. Alright, and Sonic's falling, but Tails is there to save him. Because Tails is the best Sonic character ever. Alright, thumbs up, and birds. Are you gonna give the birds a thumbs up too? No, you're just gonna look at the sky. Hey, that cloud looks like a cloud! Ha ha ha! And then Sonic's going to jump out of the plane. Of course, and Sonic realizes he can't fly, and... well, maybe he can fly when he's glued to the screen. But anyway, got this credit sequence here, so I'll show this and just ramble on a little bit. This was Let's Play Sonic Advance, but the game's not over now, folks, because I've still got to get through the levels as the other characters. This means going through as Tails, Knuckles, and unfortunately Amy as well. Well, Amy is a bit of a trip to play as, but we're going to cover that later. Now, this also means that we are going to have to go for the Chaos Emeralds, and I don't want to show you guys all the epic fails at doing the special stages, so I'll demonstrate how to do the special stages. And then I'll show you guys where the special stage locations are. Now this is going to be a learning experience for me, as I don't quite know where the special stages are located in this game. It's not a find such and such amounts of items quest like it is in Sonic Advance 2 and 3. Masato Nakamura from Dreams Come True. Oh man. Actually, that reminds me, I've never actually heard a Dreams Come True song. Like, I know that Dreams Come True was the band that... oh, I accidentally pressed the speed up button. But they were the band that did a lot of the, music for the original Sonic game, and they have a lot of involvement. They're a J-pop band and stuff. Similar to how, the Pillows had a lot of involvement in FLCL and, stuff like that, but I mean... I'm actually gonna have to probably give them a listen to and stuff. It's not usually my cup of tea to start listening to Japanese music, but I mean... hey, you know what? It doesn't hurt to be multicultural. I mean, I've listened to... I do listen to Japanese music sometimes. But anyway, it's Sonic Team in Sega 2002. Hey, go collect all the Chaos Emeralds. Aw, man. Eggman's taunting us. But we're gonna cover Tails' story in the next episode, so until then, this is Toast signing out. Take care.